One sentence, 7 words, and suddenly the entire entertainment world stopped breathing. Natal with you is the most beautiful gift. No warning, no script, just Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan blushing in real time, while millions of fans completely lost their calm. It was supposed to be a warm, ordinary holiday moment, a season filled with lights, smiles, and polite greetings. Nothing more, nothing dangerous. But in the highly controlled universe of celebrity culture, where every word is measured and every emotion is filtered, what happened next felt almost forbidden. Wang Yibo spoke softly, calmly, yet his words landed like thunder. Natal with you is the most beautiful gift, not a metaphor for success, not a reference to work, not a generic holiday line. It was personal, painfully personal. Within seconds, the atmosphere shifted. The smiles around them froze. Fans watching from behind their screens felt their hearts drop, not from shock alone, but from recognition. Because everyone understood what that sentence didn't say out loud. And then, the camera caught Xiao Zhan. A pause. A breath held too long. Cheeks slowly turning red. That was when the world realized this was not acting. This was real emotion, slipping through the cracks of an industry built on restraint. And once it escaped, there was no pulling it back. To understand why this moment exploded the way it did, you have to understand Wang Yibo. He is known for silence, for discipline, for emotional economy. Wang Yibo doesn't decorate his words. He doesn't overshare. When he speaks, it's because something matters enough to be said, which is exactly why fans reacted the way they did. Because when someone like him chooses a sentence that tender, it's never accidental. The phrase, "the most beautiful gift," carries weight. In many cultures, a gift represents gratitude. But during Christmas, it represents belonging, home, warmth, and choosing a person as that gift, that changes everything. There was no exaggeration in his tone, no playful smile to soften the impact, just sincerity, raw and unguarded. And Xiao Zhan heard it, truly heard it. His reaction wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet embarrassment, the kind that only appears when a feeling hits too close to the heart. He looked away, smiled, but not immediately, as if his emotions needed a second to catch up. And in that hesitation, fans found everything they needed. What followed was not chaos. It was a slow, collective intake of breath across the fandom. No official statements, no dramatic reactions on stage, just the internet quietly combusting. Clips replayed endlessly, not because fans were chasing confirmation, but because they were searching for feeling. Every pause mattered. Every blink was dissected. Every half second of silence became meaningful. And yet, the more people watched, the clearer it became. This moment didn't need explanation. Xiao Zhan's reaction said more than any sentence ever could. His smile arrived late, not rehearsed, not polished. It appeared after a hesitation, the kind that happens when emotion outruns control. His eyes softened, his shoulders relaxed just slightly, and the faint blush on his face refused to disappear. For fans, especially those who have followed both men for years, this was the detail that broke them. Because seasoned actors don't miss their cues. Public figures don't forget the camera, unless something real slips through. And that's exactly what people felt happened here. Not a confession, not a statement, but a shared moment that accidentally became public. Across languages and time zones, women watching felt the same quiet ache. That familiar emotion of witnessing something tender you weren't meant to see. And once seen, it can never be unseen. The entertainment industry tried to frame it. Headlines softened it. Commentary danced carefully around the edges. But fans didn't need interpretation. They understood the context instinctively. Because this wasn't about romance narratives or speculation. It was about emotional proximity. Something far more fragile. Wang Yibo didn't raise his voice. He didn't smile knowingly. He spoke as if the world wasn't listening. And that, perhaps, was the most shocking part. In an industry where every word is calculated for safety, he chose sincerity over caution, if only for a moment. Christmas amplifies meaning. It strips defenses down to their core. And in that emotional season, his sentence landed not as performance, but as truth. Xiao Zhan's quiet response confirmed it wasn't one-sided attention. There was awareness there. There was impact. Not something to explain, not something to label, just something felt. Fans didn't scream because they wanted drama. They reacted because they recognized vulnerability. And vulnerability, when it appears unexpectedly, always leaves a mark. Time will move on. The calendar will turn. New stories will demand attention. But this moment will remain suspended, like a photograph no one planned to take. Not because of what it promised, but because of what it revealed. That even the most guarded people can falter under sincerity. That a single sentence, spoken at the right moment, can reach further than any grand gesture. For many fans, this wasn't about two celebrities. It was about memory, about the moments in their own lives when someone said something unexpectedly gentle and left them speechless. That's why this resonated. That's why it lingered. Not as evidence, not as narrative fuel, but as emotional truth. So when people ask why this moment mattered, the answer is simple: because it felt human, and in a world built on spectacle, human moments are the rarest gift of all.